that might lose lives. Parliament must wake up today that every nonsense must not be done. When an NDC MPP is in Ho West, in the regime of MPP government, and he does well, the Ho West constituency will vote him to meet his own party. When the party belongs to MPP, and we vote you, and you didn't do anything, and His Excellency is on seat, we'll vote you out. Yeah. And bring his people.
I think this whole thing of election violence, when it started with the presidential elections, we saw a lot of things came up at that time. Are you understanding it? Where we got some kind of violence, this thing. So I was like, is this going to continue? Because coming to the state election, we saw the same thing, and the worst of it is a journalist was attacked.
Banks. It will continue.
Why? Very bad.
Why? Because on the 7th, the voting day itself, they paid people that will come in the morning to cast votes before I and you. Innocent blood will come. They pay them. When we, the innocent, are voting the right people, then they invade, they start killing us. If they are able to stop the invading on the 7th of December, on every poll time, then these ones will not happen. When we hold people responsible, see, when a commotion appears here, and they are able to arrest those who invaded the yard here, we arrest them. Beatings goes on, torment goes on. You could see they will voice out a big man in a big car that orders them to come and storm your institution.
But it is very, 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 very bad. I think election violence should not be the order of the day in not just in Ghana, but in Africa and the world at large.
I always say assemblymen don't know their work. Assemblyman, it is your duty to educate your community every day. When every day cannot be done, then you find a special days in the month. Okay? It can be once in a month or every 2 months, once. Then we tackle the 12 months in the year. Then the youth that you have been elected as an assemblyman to represent them in the district assembly knows that no, Akwana Yasumano, he's going to do good. And no political personality will come and tell us that, Charlie, invade the yard in your community, let's pour the vote over there and let me win.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the engagement of the youth, especially that has to do with this issue of violence, not just the assemblymen, I think the police also have to work with the police, the politicians, the local heads, the traditional heads have to work with certain people and come up with this sensitization so that youth will know that it's not about violence.
Police have been recruited for security sake. If a police is here to guide us, anybody will try to.
Why I'm saying the police? Why I'm saying
no,
the
reason.
Yeah,
let me drive there. I want to come to you so that you give me the reason of that. The reason I'm saying police have been recruited for security's sake is that they have been recruited to come guide Chito today on a vodcast. Police is not here to see nonsense. Police has a gun to stop nonsense. Police has a handcuff to stop nonsense. Every human being knows. A baby born today crying cannot talk. Sees a policeman and mommy say this is police. That baby is not reasoning back. He knows what the police can do to him as a baby or her as a baby. So police need not to come and educate the community. Assemblyman, a representative of the community in the district assembly will come. My community, we are voting a good person to lead the country. Vote who you like. Don't let anybody call you behind doors, give you money, then you invade the yard. When you invade the yard, you are killing your own family member.
All right.
You are killing people that are related to you, that will be your brothers tomorrow. And those big men will still be in parliament and be working on us. So let us not involve ourselves into that.
Okay. All right. We want to send our hearts to the journalists. that were attacked during this particular Council of State elections. Let's take one or two stories again on the Daily Guide newspaper that Kaswa sold their killer denied bail. Minority jabs the NDC's criminal cases clearance. This Kaswa issue, I remembered a few months ago, a particular soldier was killed in Kaswa, according to what we heard at that time, because of land issue and stuff. But the case is still in court, and what we're hearing now is that the killer has been denied bail. Let's move on from the Daily Guide newspaper. Let's go straight to the Daily Post newspaper. All public service appointment made after December 7, 2024 revoked the Chief of Staff. Mahama's 120-day task force, we won't fail. Sawyer assures Kwesi Alfred Bini appointed SSNIT Director General. All public service appointments made after December 7th.
Tell the NDC government and its body that I said they should stop blabbing and yobbing.
What do you mean?
You won't feel how. Whilst about 9% is complaining about the ministerial positions. Do you think all the faces we see in the ministerial positions are the good people in the fraternity of NDC?
But what you're saying they should
won't
blabbing.
You employ me here, and I am trying to blab within 1 week, and I'm blabbing within 120 days, and I'm blabbing. I'm not going to fail. At the end of the day, when the office decide to pause my payment a month, there will be a failure. It's a try. In every
no, take that again.
I'm saying that when you employ me here, within 120 days, 1 week, then I start blabbing with me in this space of the institution. I'm not going to fail. My work will be straightforward. When the CEO and the manager decide to pause a month or a week allowance, the work will fail. They should stop blabbing, because there are so many ways to kill a cat, and there are so many ways we are going to put them on trials on the seat. Okay?
So they should wait.
They should wait.
You're saying that they should wait at least.
Let's drive into a year.
3 years.
6 months going. When you start blabbing and Ghanaians are praising your good works, you know before the 1 year ends, you are giving us something. But when they are blabbing, they should know that we are still writing. We are inking the name Incompetence Mahama. You see, when you're walking on a lane and the land slips you and you won't fall, when you are returning to go on that lane, you need to be careful. That picture is not out. People who witness you trying to fall will still tell you that you're going to fall when you get there. So the thing is that you mount the stage by grace. Carry the stage. Deliver as expected. Then we, the people following you, will start inhaling and a Mahama government. But when his subordinates are coming on news telling us we won't fail, task force, common task force, telling us they won't fail. 120 days.
When is it common tax?
Oh, relax.
What makes them common?
What makes them common? Do you think Parliament is regarding them? That tomorrow Parliament can deny them? This is just 120 journey. 120 days journey, brother. And let's take it to the sixth month of the year. When the tax force has been denied something small, you see the mess up. Edina ebe bata His Excellency no. Ebe onwankasa ni bottom and answer them.
All right.
You understand?
Okay.
So they should just relax. They let them take us forward a bit before they start blabbing.
Okay. Let's move away from the Daily Post newspaper. Don't forget you can also share your thoughts with us right there in the comment section. And also, in case you are just joining us, this is the newspaper review reaching you live from Palm TV. I am here, Kojo Banks, and also with Isaiah Flex. Let's move on to the Daily Graphic. The Daily Graphic newspaper. One of the biggest stories there is the GNAT demands action on SHS indiscipline. You know, this whole saga about the senior high school students and, you know, fighting here and there and there. You know, indiscipline is becoming something else in our nation, and it's becoming something else in Africa. I remember years back going to school in Sierra Leone. We used to get this kind of school rivalry kind of thing, but due to civilization, we're thinking that this thing should be put to stop. But how do you think indiscipline is going to be cut off?
Why do you think this can be put to a stop?
Because it needs to be put
so
to
far
stop.
as we have Oswes, the past student of our various schools, there's no fight that's going to stop.
Why?
Until the parliament stop the filthy arguments.
No.
Relax.
Let me. I'm coming.
Brother,
I'm coming.
I can't put my house in order without putting my father in the right order. Hello? If daddy put himself right, and one day you will get up and say, after all, my father is so gentle, and my brothers are gentle. So why God? Why me alone like this? The guy will start thinking. If Parliament will put away filthy arguments, these people in Parliament that are raising gadgets, destroying, damaging things, they are the people. There are some schools in Ghana, secondary schools, technical schools, pure technical. The government don't have is concerned. So the guys misbehave. So if you are a teacher that you are not strong to stand those things, you can't be there. Okay? This is what I'm saying. That these same people that they ignore, they don't give them the mind. They are the people that write paper, they buy paper for them sometimes, they learn so hard sometimes. When they pass, they are the people representing in the parliament. And they are trying to prove the same arrogance. How can I and you, blanks in parliament, opponents, majority, minority, then we want to address Ghana for those viewing us. Let's take your executive producers aside. Like they are the people watching us as Ghanaian leaders. And you are trying to propose something that will put Ghana right. I need not to fight you in that same day. It is a proposal. I need to just take it into book. Go sleep over it. When the seat resume itself tomorrow, other matters, then we troop it in. Telling the house, oh, a brother proposed this thing. I think like this when I slept over this. This is what I saw. We are not saying because they are brilliant in parliament, when the person proposed the issue, they should just jump into it and fight over the issue. See, they should go back and then think about all schools in Ghana. Because all the students in the schools are Ghanaians. So therefore, they also need to benefit from the rights of Ghanaians.
But before we are pushing blames on the members of parliament,
brother,
what about
where Ghana has gotten to right now? We have got the good faces that will put Ghana right. These are the people we are calling for. So when we are putting education, we select an education officer in the parliament. Idrisu is there. So when something concerns education, let's take it down to the parliament. When parliament tried to prove something right, decency, gentility in there, you could see other schools practicing that. You could see teachers practicing gentility. You could see the civil servant practicing the same. The policemen, the security, everybody will be gentle because they know when they mess up, this thing is not going to be like family. When they lock somebody, you could see they are calling. Somebody who killed somebody in the news that you just read, but they will go in to bail him, and the police deny the bail. Okay, but tomorrow will come. You could see secret person might call the officer, drop that case immediately, and the case will be dropped. Before tomorrow, that issue will not be on the front line of the newspaper. Any news that pop up that has not been tackled, dealt with, shouldn't be out from the newspaper.
All right. Now, this is the point I want to make. Okay, we know that when it comes to children, all right, when it comes to children, the holy book. The Holy Book says that train up a child the way he should go. All right. Yeah. So first of all, before I go to the members of parliament, I think the parents have a very huge responsibility. It is because as a child, the first place that will envelop you into your future is the home. So you have some children, the parents are not really. They are just taking care of them, maybe giving them food, shelter, and clothing, but there is no discipline. So for indiscipline in schools, I think we need the Ministry of Education need to first of all engage parents, engage teachers.
Let me tell you,
which will actually be of
don't give the blame to teachers. Parliament was the same people way back in the regime of Akufo-Addo. Passed the comment that if you are a teacher, you raise a king. you'll be sued. You'll be dealt with. That wait,
So, yeah.
wait. That made all the teachers to drop the cane. Okay. When I was in school, my social studies teacher would cane you when you fail. You got one wrong, 2K.
Of course, yeah.
That thing is putting you, the students, upright. But we thought it's molesting. Fine. But then some of our parents, when they cane us like that, they come to the school, they talk to the teacher. The teacher explains the reason he does that. Even when your daddy is angry at the end of the day, he has to go home. You are in the school. Your daddy is just telling the teacher that he can cane, but he should be mindful of how he does it. But now the parliament sat down, passed it that when you are as a teacher in class, raise a cane at someone's child, you hold responsible. So the child take this arrogancy. Parents also put on their 1.5 cloth on their waist, waiting on a teacher who will throw a cane at their watch. And see, your word in a school, carry cutlass, fighting. Do you want the teacher to go in? If the teacher claims because of what has been passed in the parliament, the student will cutlass the teacher because they said don't use the cane. That was why on my show you could see, say, when you spread the rod,
You spoil the
you spoil the child.
Yeah.
Let parliament know that there are some laws, we don't pass it. When you want to spoil your child, hide your cane. If you go still, carry him, pamper him or her, and drop him, he will go and do same for you. Then know that that child will be eliminated from the earth. Okay? So what is going on there? When parliament passed something reasonable this time around concerning education in Ghana, you could see the uprightness. If you can't go to school, you drop out. In our era, when we were going to school way back, people who drop out from school were few. And even when you drop out from school, you can't be on the street because the street is hot. The assemblyman doesn't want to see anybody that is supposed to be in school on the street. So quickly you drop out from your JHS or your class 6, it goes into apprenticeship.
All right. Okay. I think away from that, let us know what's your thoughts about indiscipline in the senior high schools. Let's move from the Daily Graphics and let's go to the News Center newspaper. The first story here says armed soldiers, police raid Ofori Atta's house. Though government knew he is abroad on medical treatment. Why armed police officers and military officials should raid the Mr. Atta's house? According to what they're saying here, the government actually knew that he is out of the country for medical treatment.
You see, a country we in today is what we are saying. Whatever the government knows nothing about will also be discussed. Talking about this person in this scene, an MPP or an NDC, one way or the other, they know there are some truth, there are some facts documented, kept in his house. That is the main reason they invaded there. Is he a cocaine dealer? Is he a bad man?
But he's not around.
I'm just coming. How many times have we heard of this man being biased as part of the government body? We've never heard this man doing anything evil. But today, as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama mounted the office, they're trying to invade houses that might keep documents that could let them be locked. See, whether document or no document, when we see a trace that you eat 1 Ghana cedi of Ghana currency, which belongs to the country Ghana, not an individual, you need to be locked. They are invading into this house because they know there might be a serious document that can imprison one.
All right.
A news pop out yesterday, JB Dankwa's wife crying that there is nothing that the government did about the husband's death. Okay, that death needs to be dug into. But the previous government was an opposition. So when the party...
You're talking about MPP?
Yeah, MPP was then. When the woman lamented, they did nothing. So when John Dramani comes, she lamented yesterday. What have we done so far? What are the implications after we heard from her as the news was popped up? What are we doing about it? These are some of the people that hold Ghana so strong. Their wife knows, their children know. Me, I warned my father about the church he goes to. When my father was on a sick bed, I see nobody. I am telling you, I see nobody. Financial secretary, from day one till his death, I am telling you, he retired, but he is still in charge of the money. Do you know? None of them come. Let me tell you, people who hold serious part of our country, they don't regard them at all. But people who are looting Ghana, they have riches in their home. That is where they are the people troop onto. These people that invaded this yard, they should lock them. After the previous government lost the seat, there was a news pop-up with 3 soldiers on the newspaper front page in a corner downside. And they were showing that some of the military men and the police officers were recruited purposely for killing. Because when a government personnel send these people in their uniform on an errand to kill, the securities in charge will give them the permission to go because they are government personnel. When they go there and they destroy or they kill, they come out. Nobody can even voice how to say it. At the end of the day, they turn the news somehow.
Okay.
So this government, as it comes, Ghana is ordering that Donald Trump is giving executive order. Why is Ghana not giving executive order? Because His Excellency winning the seat today, it involves America. Citizens of Ghanaians, citizens of Nigerians, citizens of Guinea, citizens of African continents that are in America were in support that our previous government should drop out so that Ghana will pick NDC. And at the end of the day, NDC has won the seat. They are waiting on him to pass executive command. If executive command has been passed, like he will lock a lot of people, as somebody is saying, like I would have killed a lot of people.
All right.
Like he would have locked a lot of people. But so far as he didn't do it, he's doing it his own way. He should just get up and bring these people to book. And what the chaos that happened in Kumasi, he should make sure he bring the people to book. And when an NDC is involved, they should lock that person.
Okay. All right, so let's just run through some of the stories there. ICOMS made trade facilitation seamless. We move from the News Center newspaper into the Daily Statesman newspaper. Mahama sacks Ghanaian workers for no wrongdoing. I think, okay, 24 hours passport processing proposal described as red herring. Mahama sacks Ghanaian workers for no wrongdoing. You know, I don't know if there is no wrong. Someone can just look at you and sack you for no wrongdoings. But let's just see what we come out of that. We move on from the Daily Statesman newspaper to the Chronicle.
When you sit down here as the manager of this company, and you give me the opportunity, or you give all your workers the chance, everybody does whatever he or she likes. When the CEO comes, what happens? Do you want the CEO to sack all the workers? The CEO will sack the boss. Okay? So when they are saying he sacked some people, you were there when the previous government was trying to droop into Ghana. Did you have anything? You don't have anything to say. So he just changed the people. He didn't sack anybody. He switches. He changes the seat. Okay? They shouldn't blame the man. He has to change the people. We are switching the faces. Though you should know, sir, if the people are there within this year, they didn't do anything, they are going to switch them as well. Because there are a lot of people that did good to this party. There are a lot of good people that are calling for the goodness of Ghana. And they are doing good things. So when you are there and you don't do it well, they will switch you.
All right, so let's move to the Chronicle newspaper. Don't forget you can also share your thought with us in the comment section. The Chronicle newspaper, this one said the chief of, is it Popolampo, family jailed for beating town crier, sorry. Okay's Buanakra Island port projects express satisfaction with the progress of work. They say family jailed for beating town crier. I don't know if maybe the town crier is making some sort of noise or whatever that they don't like at all. The island.
You see, this is what we don't know. This is what we never know. Killing a police officer, killing a soldier, beating a journalist, beating a town crier. It's a sin. Okay.
I think before we talk about the sin, the violence kind of thing is becoming something else. Violence is really becoming.
It's because there are people behind. But that you can't be at home when you see something not going on well. You can't just get up and organize your voice and go. There's somebody elsewhere that will come, motivate people with money, with fallacy facts. then you go down there and you act out of ignorance. That is why we see these violent cases being here and there. How can a town crier be beating, maybe crying for the town, maybe the chief is calling you or is seizing you not to go somewhere or to do this or do that, then you catch the person and beat him. Fine, the chief cannot give you an employment. The chief can see to the well-being of the community, but the government you voted for needs to come down to your assembly. If you are to beat somebody in your community, it's the assemblyman, not the town crier, nor the chief. Because the assemblyman is the one we voted for to represent the community in the district assembly. So anything good from the government will channel through the assemblyman. So when there is an order from the chief to a town crier and you are beating the town, it's a case. So when the chief goes into their big room, they pour libation, forgetting unless they cry that you are also a native.
But no matter what, I'm not sure they should beat anybody at all.
That is what they are not see.
Yeah, not even the assembly.
For the wages of sin is death,
but the gift of
God is eternal
life.
So we are nipa, we are their SFata, a kwano ubenya.
Okay.
And now we hear the SFata there. You have to die. You have to be locked in prison. When the person deserves to be killed, you have to kill. God knows it. When the person needs to be locked, let's lock the person as a punishment. Let the person know in there that you have been locked for these things.
All right. Okay. Let's move away from the Chronicle newspaper. Let's move to the Daily Searchlight newspaper. Cholera still on rampage. Central region worst hit. And other story again there, the Council of State Election shows up NDC Mahama. We also see the National Roads Authority former chairman slams Ministry of the slams Ministry for suspending Road Act. Minority lampoons NDC government for dropping charges against former officials. The minority. Now, looking at the health sector, Isaiah, the cholera is still on rampage. We're seeing over the years where we, this health kind of emergency health alert is becoming something. And now, talking about cholera, is now on the rampage, and the central region is actually, on the highest heat right now on cholera.
If the central region is under high, then Ghana should know that everywhere
go take
go down. Everywhere self take up. The very day the news they pop up, it take up. Because cholera be like it just they like HIV. This why the cholera self with sex or any kiss you they go do. This why if somebody defecates here, where you figure in tummy open, because if you run reach the public latrine, then it drop on for here. The first house fly way hit top way fly go. Can't land your body, bring them. Use your hand clean your body. Maybe you go wash your hand, hot, wash them more. You chop. You take. So these things that they talk right now, to all the health centers in the whole Ghana should stand upright. Assemblymen should stand upright. Start educating communities. See, I want Ghana this time around to educate assemblymen. See, assemblymen are coming on our tickets for us to put this finger on paper for them, just to also go and fool. They are not getting anything though, but they just want to go and fool. These are the time we need them. They educate the communities, they educate the constituency, then we know where we are heading to. Okay? Mostly communities that does not have public latrine. God have mercy on them.
We really have to be careful of what we eat, where we eat, and how we deal with the things that, for example, our plates and spoons and cups that we used to eat. It's very, very, very important. But today, you see people eat anywhere, anytime, anyhow. It's really that is calling for some kind of health hazard. Now you see cholera. Cholera is very, very, very bad. I remember years back when it kills. This is something people don't know about. It kills. In a twinkle of an eye.
We say it a vanish person. It vanish you from the screen.
Yeah.
That thing, it will put you in a mood that you can't even take a cup of water for your own self. So this sickness is more dangerous than HIV/AIDS.
Yeah, so we are calling on the Ministry of Health, calling on the doctors, the nurses. At least let there be some kind of mass sensitization and education on this. How people should, people don't.
I used to observe some things way back when we were in school, like general cleaning.
Yeah.
Being directed from His Excellency.
His president, yeah.
Community. So
yeah.
You are a student, but you come to school, and the teachers will lead you to your community. So the number of schools in the community, inclusive the community people, will come. We clean every corner of the town. Then we close for the day. But
because I remembered we were having a junta kind of rule in Sierra Leone years back in the 90s, and they were doing every first Saturday, general cleaning the whole country. Nobody goes anywhere. You have to clean.
Ghana, this was ordered by the late Jerry
Rawlings. Yeah.
And after him, J. Kufuor also threw in one before he picked issue, and then he was building those things.
Yeah.
So after his general cleaning, so it was 2 times.
Yeah.
So I thought, these things will continue.
Yeah, it should.
Kids will learn neatness, decency from there. But see, that thing just ended up like that. See, people think we go to school, it's everybody that is learning. It's everyone that is paying attention. There are some people in class, they are not there to reach that level. They are there to just have some training and then go out there and make their own thing. So when we put in those things, it helps a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we come out looking so gentle, looking so good, because you might be drinking water on the street and you just drop the water. You drop the rubber like that. You eat water in a rubber on the street and you drop the thing. You be eating both floats, and then all of a sudden you drop the rubber, you drop the paper on the street. It's not good.
Yeah. When we talk about, there's a saying that cleanliness is next to godliness. Coming to our homes, our parents, our guardians, they should also begin to let us understand how important it is for us to practice personal hygiene. I remember, when we were in school, there's a particular rhyme that we used to sing. They are telling us that, for example, when you are done using the toilet, you make sure you wash your hand with soap and water. When you play with the ground, or you clean somewhere, make sure you use soap and water as well, so that your hand can be clean. They were teaching us, even till now. I've used to it to a point that I can't keep my nails. Yes, sir, because they're saying that germs will be in there, so we always make sure we clean it, keep it short, and all of that. Those things have stopped. I think it's high time for us to continue, and especially I'm making this to content creators. It's high time doing content, not only some of the jokes that we are doing and stuff, but let us also come with
content
hygiene.
Are basically on money.
I'm
creating the content concerning cholera for the government to pay me to put a plus on my good work done, and then all stuff. So content creators shouldn't be looking at where the money comes from. See, God will bless you anyway, anyhow, out of every good thing that you are doing, brother. This is what human being doesn't know. I won't do things to impress this.
No.
Things to impress uncle from uncle to Bamika. When I impress you today, tomorrow I do nonsense. Can you query me?
No.
You can do it.
All right, let's move on from the Chatlight newspaper. We'll go to the publisher. I think we dealt with the story as well. The ICOMS makes trade facilitation seamless, and also on uniformed men invade Ken's house as prosecution of Akufo-Addo's men begin. So move on to the Ghana Times. Of course, the story there again. The regions elect reps to Council of State as some centers record chaos scenes. Move from there, we go to the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Nullify all appointment made after December 7. Chief of Staff to heads of government agencies. President instructs Finance Minister to urgently address USAID funding gap of $156 million US. Bulk of oral reports needs an audit to verify procurement breaches. From the Daily Dispatch, we come to the new Crusading newspaper. Alanki at the Ashanti Council of State election, Kumasi MPs condemn unwarranted attack, visit Fire Ravaged Tsunami Magazine. I think we've dealt with some of the stories there again. We move to the Daily Guide newspaper that, of course, okay, the New Crusading newspaper is the last newspaper that we are taking for today. Prove when, where I was, okay, who is this one? Okay, the ex-police officer Douglas there's accusers sue 20 million Ghana cedis. We're still on this and advocating for peace, and we want to see how they can actually be able to get our youth down and talk about this election violence, and we're seeing SHS students also involving themselves in different violence. Before we actually going to close here, Mr. Mills, what will be your last and final words?
My last and final word is that this government should be very, very careful, and then they should stand on its toe. The Kaswa man who killed a soldier has been bailed. He need not to be bailed.
No, the court denied bail. Yeah, they didn't give him at all. They didn't let him go. The injustice want to be served.
They should do that.
Yeah.
And they should stand so well, because I keep saying that the minority heads are few, but with their frustrations, they will overshadow the majority. If they are not smart.
Okay.
We know these people to be digital people. We know them to be strategical people. We know them to be smart guys. See them to be few. If care is not taken, overshadow them. Whatever the government come to realization that NDC personnel is part of the doom of Ghana should be locked, regardless of the party they belong to.
All right.
They should do things that Ghana will say, yes, we have selected Ghanaians to rule Ghana.
All right. I think I want to borrow his words. No matter your political party, no matter your region, religion, or whatever, it should not prevent you from becoming who you want to become, and it should also allow you to become what you should not become. This is where we're going to bring the curtain of the show today. Don't forget to join us tomorrow again for another edition. I am Kojo Banks, and right here with Mr. Isaiah Mills, the fireman, the prophet. All right, thanks to the producers and thanks to the technical team for putting this together. Till we meet again tomorrow, have a beautiful Wednesday. Bye-bye.